In America, we don't turn to government to restore ourselves. We put our faith in Almighty God. You voted to make America great again. We are making America greater than ever before, and it's happening before your eyes. We will rekindle new faith in our values, new pride in our history, and a new spirit of unity that can only be realized through love for our great country. The American people voted to reject this corrupt globalism. This is the most important election in the history of our country. And yet, despite all of our greatness as a nation, everything we have achieved is now in danger. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come.
Live from America, you're listening to the Hip Hop Patriot, Jeremy Herrell.
How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Live from America. Today is April 8th. It is 5 p.m. That means it's live at 5 right here from the Live Free or Die, Granite State of New Hampshire. Welcome to Live from America. I am your ever so humble, God-fearing, and God-loving host, Jeremy Herrell, the Hip Hop Patriot. I want to thank you all so much for giving me hour number 2, your second favorite hour of the day, right? Hour number 2 of your incredibly busy, incredibly awesome, God-fearing, and God-loving lives. And it takes determination, and it takes just a massive amount of focus to really give a page, a show, a personality, or anybody this much attention. And you guys have just been like nonstop. You guys are literally the best audience in the world. For all those that are new, that have never watched Live from America, I have a feeling that you've landed on the right page. God has directed you to the right page because the people that are here are truly the most wonderful, accepting, amazing, positive people that you'll ever find. Amen? And for all those who've been here for years watching Live from America, even when we were in the backyard before we had a journey with Jesus, woo, you guys remember what it was like then. I want to thank you as well. For everybody watching on my webpage and on YouTube Live, I want to give those live shout-outs to all of those watching right now. But that doesn't make them any more important than those listening on the podcast. And it doesn't make them any more important than the thousands of people that watch the video later. You guys are just all busy or driving home. These folks just happen to be in a position where they can watch live. And I'm going to give them those live shout-outs. So how about this right now? Michael Paul, watching from the great state of Pennsylvania, the birthplace of the United States of America. Yvonne Williams from Idaho, good to see you. Shaylin Evans from Iowa. We got some great stuff to talk about in the state of Iowa today. Don Miller from Indiana. Hello, how are you? Lane Aylesworth from Traverse City, Michigan. Matthew Chance from Oklahoma is watching live right now. Amanda Mutos from the Show Me State of Missouri. Well, I'm about to show you. Mary D'Agostino from Rockford, Illinois, a place that I used to live a long, long time ago. Melissa Smith says missing that man. I would imagine she's talking about President Trump, whose voice you heard in the beginning, and I miss him too. Katrina Rienches, I think that's the name. She says, hi, Jeremy. How you doing, Katrina? Good to see you. April Jones, watching from the Sunshine State of Florida. We've got Emily Lynn watching. Aaron Johnson is watching from Michigan. Couple more. Brandon Tucker and Jody Hopkins from St. Louis, Missouri. The great thing about St. Louis, I have family there, and they're in the suburb of St. Louis called Maryland Heights. That's where my family lives, and I just want to give them a big shout out as well, because I know that a lot of people watch from there. Emily Lopez is watching. Good to see you. Kevin Wilson from Michigan. Mark Smith also watching from Rockford, Illinois. And I want to give, I want to ask you guys all to do me a favor. Got about, 1,200 people watching already. Thank you so very much. We need to put in our prayers today, in our prayers tonight, a very young lady named Natalie Granados. Natalie Granados is a niece of one of the viewers that watches the show, and she's in the hospital right now. I don't truly know what's wrong. All I know is that she sent me a picture, and she's laying in a hospital bed with tubes going in and out of her, and it's never a sight to see. And it breaks my heart, and it kicks me in the gut every time I see something like that, especially a young child having to go through that kind of stuff. So I just want to say that Natalie Granados, you'll be in our prayers, and I know that everybody on this show will also pray for you. So keep up the fight, young lady. We know that your family loves you. We know that they're right by your side, and you know that they're praying for you. But I want to let you also know, Natalie, that we are all praying for you too. We know you're going to pull through whatever it is that you're going through. We love you. We're sending love. We're sending prayers from us. And just know that you'll be wrapped in an armor of God, and everything will be A-okay, okay? We love you, Natalie. Get better soon, and keep fighting, okay? We'll pray for whatever it is that you need. And we don't know what it is, but God does. So we'll pray to God that he heals you as soon as possible. Now, I also want to, there's a lot here. This is why I wanted to cut short the live shout-outs. So I got, first and foremost, see the shirt that I'm wearing? Okay, well, that's me. A pretty good likeness of me, isn't it? That's me right there with the beard and the glasses, all right? And it actually says, I'll show you what it says. Here's another shirt. This was sent to me by a wonderful family in Florida. And as you can see, it says, "Stop the Slurp." That's actually a pretty cool picture of me. That is a great likeness. And they sent me a few shirts. The red one, which I actually have on here, I love it. It's great. But I want to read to you. I'm not going to show you their pictures because they're young children, and I don't want to show young children's pictures on here. But this comes from Jane Call. And Jane Call owns a company called Advantage Specialties in Ocala, Florida. Okay, and I'll give you the quick synopsis. She says, "My daughter Lucy and I have been watching your show twice a day since before the election. I personally have never missed your show, but can rarely watch it live." So she's probably not watching live right now. "You have been asking for small business owners to contact you. Me and my husband own a small screen printing and embroidery and an ad specialty shop. And actually, this is our 34th year in business. Congratulations. We are a true family business. And since my daughter Lucy works in the embroidery department, her and her husband run the screen printing shop. I'm sending you some Stop the Slurp shirts." She says, if you think that t-shirts might be a successful seller in your store, I will donate some to help family farmers or any other causes you choose. But here's the great part. My grandkids, although very young, have a very good understanding of the political arena and love Trump. And also love you. Oh, thank you so much. The two older girls asked if they could write you letters. So I hope you find them interesting. I have to tell you that they had no help or guidance in writing these notes, okay? So I wanted to show you, first of all, they sent me this beautiful drawing here. It says, "I love Trump, MAGA Trump." And then right down here, you can't see it, but it says, "No masks." I love that, number one, okay? So, This one here says, "Dear Jeremy, my family really enjoys your videos. I don't watch your videos, but I know they're good because you like Trump, and the three most important things to me are God, Trump, and my family. Also, I am sure yours are similar. I also have something really funny to tell you. So once I was in my class, and it was the day that Biden got elected," but not really, right? We all know that. "And we were watching it in my class, and every person in my class likes Trump. And one of my classmates said, 'Did you know Biden cheated?' And guess what my teacher said? She said, 'Well, there's no proof.' And then she wrote, ha, 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 with a bunch of exclamation points. She says, and I was thinking in my head, are you sure about that? So yeah. And she goes, and this is probably not the most exciting letter you've gotten, but this is how I'm going to end it. I love you, God. She says, I love you, God, and Trump. Oh, wait. And I'm 9. And then it says, Trump trumps. That was the first letter that I got from Ivy, who's 9. Now, this one, I believe, comes from Lily, who's 8. And I'll just read you some of it. She says, I'm 8 and I have 3 sisters. Here are their names. Ivy, Daisy, and Cecily. She goes, Dear Jeremy, my mom and grandma love to watch your videos. My mom's work has 2 Trump flags and 2 signs in her window, and we have a Trump sign in our yard. And we are a huge fan of Trump. We also went to his Trump rally in Georgia. We are probably one of your biggest fans. Also, at work, my mom and grandma always talk about how they really hate Joe Biden and how he has no right to lock kids up. Here is a little something. Sorry, it's not the best. Look at the back. And of course, she draws the Trump thing, right? And she says, also, everywhere my mom and grandma go, because they call everyone with a mask an idiot. Please write back. My whole family would be happy if you did. Trump all day, MAGA Trump. And she says, please read the pages in order. I have labeled them. And I did read them in order, young lady. And then, of course, they continued to draw me some beautiful things. This is from Ivy here. Check this out. Trump 2020. What a great letter, huh? You girls, Ivy and Cecily and all of you. Lucy, Lily's my daughter's name. Thank you all so very much. That truly touched my heart. And I love the shirt. It looks just like me, I think. And you guys did a wonderful job. I definitely will write back and we'll be in touch, okay? Having said that, let's move right to reading from Jesus is Calling, because what a great segue, huh? What a great segue from those young girls. Just sweet young girls that understand the world to the extent that they can understand it anyway. And they love President Trump. So how can you go wrong with that? That's real America right there. And I just want to thank your whole family for doing that. So April 8th, year of our Lord, 2021, says this from Jesus Calling. When you become aware of sins, I want you to confess them and seek my help in making the needed changes. Your status with me is not based on confessing your sins quickly enough or thoroughly enough. The only thing that keeps you right with me is my perfect righteousness, which I gave you freely and permanently when you joined my royal family. And that is referencing 1 John 1 through 7 that says, 1 John 1:7 that says, but if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another. And the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleanses us all from sin. It also references Psalm 89:15 and 16 that says, blessed are those who have learned to acclaim you, who walk in the light of your presence, O Lord. They rejoice in your name all day long. They exult in your righteousness. Now, I want you guys to go back after the video is done, if you don't have a pen, and write down the verses that it references. Again, 1 John 1:7 and Psalm 89:15 and 16. That way you guys can go and read them yourselves, and you can get a little bit better of an understanding of the context from before and after verses. And it says, before you turn out the light tonight, instead of striving to be good enough, I invite you to come confidently in my presence. Again, ladies and gentlemen, he says it up here. Your status with me is not based on confessing your sins quickly enough or thoroughly enough. There's no right or wrong way, as long as you do it from the heart. As long as you do it from the heart. That is the key. From the heart, honestly, and to God, from your lips to his ears. And speaking from your lips to his ears, let's follow that right up with the Lord's Prayer, and we'll get started right here on Live from America with the first and foremost section. So, say it with me, guys. You know the drill. Loud and proud, or inside for the Spirit to hear it. I choose to say it out loud. Here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. Amen. Tammy Hansen said, you are wonderful. Tammy, I would like to say you are wonderful. And anytime you guys want to let me know that I'm wonderful, just know that it bounces right off me and goes right to God, because all glory goes up to God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could do me a quick favor, like the video, click the little thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber to the page, please subscribe to the page. And for all those real dedicated hardcore fans, copy that link and shoot over to Facebook real quick and share it for everybody to see it. Let's get to the first and foremost section of the day, and that is President Trump is actually being more and more vocal. He's endorsing more people. He's talking more about what's going on, and I guarantee you that President Trump will beat Resident Corn Pop and Kalema Harris to the border. And what are the optics going to look like? What are the optics going to look like when President Trump is actually at the border before Resident Corn Pop and Miss 2%, Kalema Harris? It's going to look huge. It's going to be big, because the world is going to see who the true leader of the United States is. But I want to read two statements that he's put out. The first statement was about failed Arkansas governor, Asa Hutchinson. Now, we all know that President Trump's former press secretary, Sarah Huckabee, is running for Arkansas governor. Pretty sure she's going to destroy anybody she goes against. Okay? And that's in a good way, because we want her as governor. But President Trump put out a statement recently because of what's happening in Arkansas and the failed governor there, how he vetoed a very bipartisan bill that was sent to him. So bipartisan, in fact, that they overrode the veto and signed it into law anyways. That's a boss move right there. That's a huge boss move right there. So President Trump, 45th President of the United States, makes this statement. Asa Hutchinson, the lightweight rhino governor of Arkansas, just vetoed a bill that banned the chemical castration of children. Think about that. The chemical castration of children. And then he wrote, bye-bye, Asa. That's what I love about this guy. You know what? That's what I love about this guy. Bye-bye, Asa. That's the end of him with an exclamation point. Fortunately, the great state of Arkansas, fortunately for the great state of Arkansas, Sarah Huckabee Sanders will do a fantastic job as your next governor. So never doubt President Trump to come out, bash somebody, and endorse somebody all in the same. He bashes somebody and then advertises for somebody all in the same sentence. The guy's a marketing genius. He knows what he's talking about. I love the guy. He's amazing. Lisa, we're actually going to be talking about that. The police that built the walls around. I'm going to show you the video of it here. So thank you for bringing that up. He also put out another statement, which was an endorsement of Senator Ron Johnson. And he said this: even though he has not yet announced that he is running, I certainly hope he does. I am giving my complete and total endorsement to Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. He is brave, he is bold, he loves our country, our military, and our vets. He will protect the Second Amendment and everything else we stand for. It is the kind of courage we need in the U.S. Senate. He has no idea how popular he is. Run, 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 exclamation point. So when you get President Trump endorsing you like that, and you get President Trump saying run, 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 exclamation point, you better put on your Forrest Gump shoes and run, Forrest, run, run. Because I know if President Trump put out a statement about me and said, you know, those nice things, he's strong on this, he's a true patriot, run, 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 I'd be like, well, sorry guys, President Trump said I gotta run, so I gotta run, Forrest, run. You know what I mean? Never bet against Trump. That's exactly right. Never bet against Trump. But speaking of how strong Ron Johnson is on the Second Amendment, I'm now going to switch and pivot to a true dum-dum, ladies and gentlemen, a true dum-dum. And this is President Biden. We're going to talk about two major things that this guy gets a dum-dum award of the day. And I'm not even going to hesitate, because we know we got to do it right from the beginning. He gets them all the time. I don't want to give the guy a dum-dum award every day. But stop being so dumb. Just stop being so dumb, Biden. Crying out loud. So he's going to get a dum-dum award for two things today. Number one, Biden set a record in March. Resident Corn Pop himself. His blonde, hairy legs that the little children that jump on his lap love to play with. The cockroaches running around, how he learned so much about them. All the plagiarism, the racism. Resident Biden set a record in March, but not the kind of record that you would be proud of. Not the kind of record that you would love. No. This is a different kind of record. Resident Biden set a record, and that is 19,000 unaccompanied children were picked up crossing the border in March. 19,000. And that's just all that were picked up. That is the single largest monthly number in the history of the United States of America. You want to continue to tell me how you inherited a mess from Trump? This stuff didn't happen under Trump. Can't do that anymore. You've been there now. Been there a few months. And March set a record for the largest number of children, unaccompanied minors, crossing the border. Now, those are the ones that were picked up, 19,000. You have to think that there's at least another 10,000 that weren't picked up, possibly double that. It could be 19,000 that were trafficked, that were recycled, that were reused. How many times? You know what I mean? How many of them ended up dead? How many of them ended up in rivers? So that's the kind of record you're setting. That's the kind of record you're setting. The single most highest number ever in the history of the United States for 1 month. What a scumbag. Also, outside of the children, 172,000 total illegal aliens in the month of March alone. Ladies and gentlemen, if this continues, there's going to be millions and millions and millions of illegal aliens. And they're not just coming from Mexico. No, majority of them are coming from South America and also from overseas. They're already picking up terrorists who are on FBI watch lists and no-fly lists. They're picking them up. And then they're letting them go. So overall, we've got almost 200,000 illegal aliens crossing the border in the month of March alone. Joe Biden, that's why you get a dum-dum. Another reason why you get a dum-dum is because you sat in the Rose Garden today in a very, very, very sacred spot of our White House. Number one, you are occupying a house that you did not legally win. You know it. We know it. That's why you have the fences around the Capitol building. Again, 92nd day of military occupation in our nation's capital, on our nation's soil. That's why you have those people there. Stop all the bull, stop all the lying, stop all the false narrative. We're gonna speak plainly here. You know you don't belong there. That's why you have them there, to protect the coup. Period. I'll say it. I don't care if Fox News tiptoes around it and won't say it. I don't care if Newsmax tiptoes around it and won't say it. That's why you'll never see me working for any of those organizations that make people tiptoe and not say the truth. The truth will set you free, and the truth is a light that lights up the path for you to walk. Period. So you're occupying a White House that you don't belong in and that you legally shouldn't be in. And then you go and you defile the Rose Garden by just coming out with lie after lie after lie. Everything that came out of your squinty-eyed, pedophile, child-sniffing face was a lie today. Now, I don't want to put you through the same kind of hell that I had to go through listening to this guy and watching this guy, but I want you to know exactly some of the things that he said. So I'm going to bring his tired, feeble, feckled, pedo face up on the screen so you can see it. I know you don't want to, but you got to see it. And I want you to listen to some of the things he said. And then we're going to pick apart some of the lies that this man told the American people, the ones that didn't vote for him today. Another reason why he gets a dum-dum award. But coming after guns, calling them names that they don't even have, like assault rifle, and then saying things that doesn't even make sense. It's ATF, Joe, not AFT. Number one. ATF, not AFT. The guy just can't get anything right. Anyway, here's your feckless, fearless, fake, illegal resident in the White House, Joseph Biden. Unbelievable. Let's take this back. Here we go.
For God's sake. And it has to stop. So I'm here to talk about two things. First, the steps we're going to take immediately. And second, the action that needs to be taken going forward to curb the epidemic of gun violence. I asked the Attorney General and his team to identify for me immediate, concrete actions I could take now without having to go through the Congress. And today I'm announcing several initial steps my administration is taking to curb this epidemic of gun violence. Much more need to be done, but the first, want to rein in the proliferation of so-called ghost guns. These are guns that are homemade, built from a kit, that include directions on how to finish the firearm. You can go buy the kit. They have no serial numbers, so when they show up at a crime scene, they can't be traced. And the buyers aren't required to pass a background check to buy the kit.
Okay, I want to stop it right there. I don't really want to play it anyway, but we got to. We got to break down what he's saying here. Number one, there's no gun epidemic. There's no gun violence epidemic. Okay, more people die a year from knives than guns. More people die a year from knives than guns. And all of the people that are dying are in your cities, Joe. Are in Chicago, LA, New York, and other Democratic-run cities. You're a liar. You're lying to the American public. There is no gun violence epidemic. You couldn't name enough gun violence deaths to match how many people die of hammers a year. So it's all just a fake narrative. It's all just a lie. So anyway, but that's not even where the biggest lies come from. That's just the gun violence epidemic. What a lying, squinting pedophile. Hold on, here we go. Let's keep going.
The gun. Consequently, anyone from a criminal to a terrorist can buy this kit in as little as 30 minutes, put together a weapon.
A weapon?
You know, I want to see these kits treated as firearms under the Gun Control Act, which is going to require that the seller and manufacturers make the key parts with serial numbers and run background checks on the buyers when they walk in to buy that package.
You got it there, Joe?
The second action we're going to take.
The second action.
Back in the year 2000, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms released a report on its investigations of firearms trafficking in America. The report was of pivotal value. It was an important tool for policymakers when I was in the Senate and beyond at all levels, to stop firearms from being illegally diverted into dangerous hands. Today, with online sales and ghost guns, times and trafficking methods have changed, and we have to adjust. We also have to ask the Justice Department to release a new annual report. This report will better help policy.
Okay, I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. We're not going to watch any more of that. I'll just tell you the rest of the stuff he said, because I can tell you a lot better than his lying, squinting, anything can tell you. He goes on to say that we need to be able to sue gun manufacturers. Basically saying, so this is cancel culture. This is cancel culture. This is what the left does. If they can't shut down Tucker Carlson, they try to shut down the people, and I'm using this as an example. If they can't shut down Tucker Carlson, what do? Well, they go after the advertisers, the people who advertise with Tucker Carlson on Fox. This is what they do. They continue to go down the chain until they find somebody to cave, somebody to cower, somebody to act like a coward and bow down to their needs. So they can't get any gun legislation passed because it's going against the Constitution, period. That's why we have people like the NRA. That's why more people need to sign up and give money to the NRA so they can continue to fight bozos and clowns like this. Like this guy when he comes around, okay? Him and his puppet master Obama. They were like the biggest gun salesmen on the planet. You know what I mean? So he goes on to say that the gun manufacturers need to be sued. Well, that's like saying every time somebody gets in a car accident and they're driving a Chevy could get sued. Every time somebody cuts their finger off using Craftsman's skill saw, they get sued. Every time somebody chokes on a hamburger, then farmers get sued. It's the dumbest thing, and it won't work. It isn't going to work. You're going to get sued, and you're going to get sued some more, and then this is the hill that Americans are willing to die on. This is that hill. This is that hill that Americans are willing to just put it all on the line and say, Monon Loeb, come take it. You know what I mean? People are willing to die for this kind of stuff. And this idiot says we should be able to sue gun manufacturers. What? What are you even talking about? Then he goes on and lies and says gun manufacturers are the only billion-dollar corporations that can't be sued. Well, that's a lie, Joe. He made that a point to say that over and over again. Think about it, he says. The only billion-dollar corporations that can't be sued, that are exempt from being sued. That's a lie, Joe. Facebook is exempt from being sued, and they're a billion-dollar corporation. Twitter is exempt from being sued, and they're a billion-dollar corporation. Oh, you ever heard of Section 230, dummy? They can't be sued. Guess who else can't be sued? AstraZeneca, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, all of these people who make vaccines, they can't be sued either. And I'll take you one further. They can't not be sued just because of the fact that they aren't FDA approved. Even companies that make vaccines that are FDA approved can't be sued. So there are many, many corporations in this country that are billionaire corporations, Joe, that can't be sued. You lied, you lied, you lied. Then he went on to say things about, he just kept using the word assault rifle. Well, that AR doesn't stand for assault rifle, okay? It doesn't stand for that, Joe. This is a term that the left has made up. They make these terms up to make them sound worse, so they can create a narrative that doesn't even exist. AFT, American Federation, AFT. The guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. He just lies, 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 and lies. The exemption one was the worst. The exemption one was the absolute worst. And here's the other thing, too. He started out saying, in no way does this, he says impinge, not infringe. He said impinge. In no way does this impinge on your Second Amendment rights. I don't know what impinge means. I don't know. But yes, it does, Joe, because you're talking about red flag laws. And red flag laws would impede everybody's rights because all you have to do is talk somebody in their family to say, oh, can you report this person and saying they're violent? Oh, yep, there we go. We go take their guns. Yes, it does impinge on the Second Amendment right, Joe. I don't even know what that word means. Another thing he said was that even back when the Constitution was signed, there were weapons that people couldn't have. Really, Joe? They had background checks back then? When you went to go buy a musket, they said, "Oh, hold on, give us your name. We got to run it through the database. We got to send your name, with a carrier on a horse to another state so they can look up and see if." No, that's a lie. People had cannons, Joe. People had cannons in their backyard. Matter of fact, the people who fought the English away and fought the British away were just everyday average people who were even making their own guns and had cannons. That's a lie. I don't even know where you came up with that. I've looked and I can't think of it. I can't find a single thing that supports what that lie was that Joe said about how you couldn't even get certain guns. Everybody couldn't get guns even back when the Constitution was written. That's a lie. Everything about what he said was a lie. Joe, go back to your basement. Call it a lid. Go back to your basement and be like the leader of Antifa or something. You know what I mean? Go down there and call the shots for the group that's only an idea. Maybe you'll have more luck there because nobody's buying it, Joe. Oh, the guy needs a nap. He needs a nap, doesn't he? Man. Well, speaking of how the left is crazy, well, I told you the other day that the left is getting to the point where they're eating each other now. Because they don't have a Donald Trump to attack, the left is now eating each other. Well, here's an example of the left eating each other. This is Ilhan Omar. Oh, how she got elected, I don't know. But this is a tweet from her saying, it's shameful. It's shameful and unacceptable for POTUS, President of the United States, to continue the construction of Trump's xenophobic and racist wall. First of all, I didn't know walls could be racist. Second of all, if walls are racist, Ilhan Omar, what about the two fences with the barbed wire that's wrapped around our nation's capital right now, protecting people like you and your headdress? What about that? Or what about the laws that you break, the fraudulent laws that you broke by lying on your application to bring over your brother and your husband brother and your brother husband? How about those? Or what about the laws that you broke by funneling and laundering money to your husband brother's business, all from your campaign? 75% of the campaign donations that came to you and the person living under that thing on top of your head went to your husband's firm. How's that possible? Can we start investigating people who really break laws? Can we start investigating people who are really racist against white people? Because she is. Her and her husband brother are. So the left is continuing to eat its own, and there you go right there. So you know what we're going to do? Because of this right here, we're going to give Ilhan Omar, I hope I say her name right, because if you don't, it's racist these days. We're going to give her also the Dum Dum Award here today. We got a lot of Dum Dums. We also got a lot of Smarties to give away. So having said that, let's move on from Ilhan Omar and Joseph Biden to some Smarties. How about the state of Iowa? How about the state of Indiana? How about we give them both Smartie Awards? Here we go. I love this new Smartie sound, by the way. Smartie Awards for Indiana and Iowa both, because they both joined the fight to make it illegal to force a CCPV passport on its citizens of its great states. Both signed into law by their governors. Shout out to both governors for Iowa and Indiana. We are not going to put up with any of it, Joe. So now we got people like Tennessee. We got people like New Hampshire standing up with guns. Tennessee standing up with gun laws. Iowa and Indiana and many others standing up against the CCPV passports. We got so many states standing up and saying we've had enough. We got attorney generals getting involved. We got governors and Secretary of State suing the Biden residency. Ladies and gentlemen, all this stuff that you see him, the executive orders that you see him fake signing, and all of these things that he says are going to happen, this is just talk. This is just liberal talk and fake news media talk about what he hopes to do. The policies aren't going to go into place. They're just not. Why do you think the wall is continuing to be built right now? Why do you think Ilhan Omar is screaming, and that alien that lives on top of her head under her, whatever that is, why do you think they're screaming so hard from Minnesota? Because Joe's plans are not going to go through. Even the Keystone Pipeline is going to start being put back together. So, you know, let's keep it moving. Let's give another Smartie Award right here to Tennessee governor. We just talked about this, right? Another Smartie Award, huh? Oh, is it going to do it again? Let's hear it again. Tennessee governor, you get a Smartie Award today because you signed into law constitutional carry bill. Signed it for both open and concealed carry right after Resident Corn Pop gave his illustrious, squinty-eyed, pedophile-filled rhetoric from the Rose Garden. Tennessee governor comes right out right away and says, nope, we're going to sign this right into law real quick. So open carry and concealed carry of handguns for people 21 and older do not need a permit. And people who 18 to 20, if you're in the military, you can be 18 to 20 and carry without a permit, open or concealed. And none of this applies to long guns. So shout out Tennessee. Arizona did it. New Hampshire did it. So many states are like, you know what? We're not dealing with this. We have the power. The federal government doesn't have the power. You guys taught us that during the Trump administration. So thank you. We'll take all that power back now. Have a nice day. Bye-bye, Biden. So big shout out. Somebody's saying Facebook has crashed. Oh, everybody's saying it, so it must be true. Yay! Facebook has crashed. Can I get... Hey, you know what? Let's play that that victory tune for that. Sweet, sweet glory. Sweet, sweet victory, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get an amen for Facebook crashing? That's probably why we got more people in here than usual, because nobody's on Facebook. Invite everybody over real quick. You can't invite them on Facebook, though, because it crashed. Woohoo! I love it. I love it. Crash some more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, top forensic experts have finally concluded. I don't know why it took so long, because if it was my laptop, I'd have been in prison a long time ago. Top forensic experts have proven that the laptop from hell is definitely Hunter Biden's. That means that the interview that he gave the other day when they said, is the laptop yours? He goes, I don't know, it could be. What a stupid answer. What the... Everything that you're going through right now, and you get asked, is the laptop yours? And you go, oh, it could be. It could be mine. Could be that it's Russian different. Only a Biden would give you this scenario and these options. When asked, is the laptop yours? I don't know, it could be. That's the first answer. Second answer is this. You giggle like Tigger, somebody said. T-I-double-G-R, right? The second answer was, could be Russian disinformation. That's the second one. The third one is, I could have been hacked. Wait a minute, Hunter. Wait a minute. If I was that reporter, I would have been like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up the crackhead truck real quick here, okay? Because you clearly don't get what I'm asking you. You don't get to say to me, I don't know, it could be mine, could be Russian disinformation, or I could have been hacked. No. Do you mean to tell me, Hunter, that somebody hacked your computer and put images of you with small children on there? Do you mean to tell me that somebody hacked your account and put pictures of you smoking crack and smoking Parmesan cheese from rugs with your crackhead teeth? What a stupid statement is that? So now that experts have proven that it's his laptop, can he not go to jail? Where we know the Attorney General won't do anything. But can an Attorney General from Delaware do something? Can an Attorney General from Maryland do something? Can an Attorney General from somewhere do anything to put this scumbag behind bars so he doesn't smoke up all the Parmesan cheese so I have some for my spaghetti tonight? So, ladies and gentlemen, he put out a new book that's called Beautiful Things. Now, in my mind, a book put out by Hunter Biden that says Beautiful Things is just a bunch of pornography and pictures of maps on where you can find little rocks that he probably hid during his paranoia times, right? But I guarantee you that pictures like this, oh, this is disturbing. I guarantee you that pictures like this are not in his new book. Hunter Biden got unauthorized Secret Service protection and begged Daddy Joe to run for the White House and made porn films with prostitutes. See right here, his little book, Beautiful Things. I'll bet you pictures of this right here aren't in his new book, Beautiful Things. I'll bet you this picture right here of him just handsomely standing there in his tighty whities and his red scarf, I bet that's not in the book. I'll bet you this picture up here of him going, where did I hide that rock? That's what he's doing right there. He's probably FaceTiming somebody saying, do you know where I hid that rock? Or about this picture right here of him just pulling some girl's hair. Do you think those pictures made it into his new book, Beautiful Things? I don't think so. Maybe not.
Nobody cares.
Apparently that's the case. Nobody cares. So if top forensic scientists and people who do this stuff proved that it is his laptop, he signed for it, the signatures are there and everything, what's going on? We're not going to let this go. We're going to keep pushing this because that's what we do. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, the next story that I want to show you, I do want to say it, if there are children watching, there are there is some bad language in this video. Okay? There is bad language in this video. A lot of F-bombs, but they're not from rational people. They're from BLM. That's right, today in Iowa, BLM, also known as the self-proclaimed Marxist terrorist group, Black Lives Matter, decided that they were going to cause an insurrection today and storm the Iowa Capitol building. They stormed the building and they laid down on the ground with pictures of George Floyd and other people who were killed by police, murdered by police, screaming, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Well, then they got a little bit feisty. Then they got a little bit mean. Then they started screaming derogatory comments. And then it got out of hand to where the state police showed up. And boy, do I love what happened next. So, ladies and gentlemen, if there are children watching, if any of those children that drew me those wonderful pictures are watching, or anybody that's got young kids that watch the show at this point, please put earmuffs on, okay? Or have them leave the room, because there are a bunch of F-bombs. I don't like to hear it either, but it is what it is. So, all right, let me enlarge this quick so that you can see it as well as I saw it when I first seen it. This is BLM getting arrested for, hopefully they say it's an insurrection, but who knows? If you're not a white male these days, it might not be insurrection. Either way, here you are. Enjoy. No police.
Hey, what's the deal? Hey, whoa. What you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? Whoa, what you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? See the kid. Hey, see the fucking kid, bro. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Yo, that's a fucking kid, bro. Yo, that's a kid, bro. Yo, that's a kid, bro. That's a kid, bro. That's a kid.
Well, she should have thought of that.
Kid. That's a kid. Get the fuck off her. That's a kid, dude. Man, get the fuck up off her, bro. Dude, that's a fucking kid, man. Dude, that's a motherfucking kid, dude. What the fuck are you doing, dude? That's a fucking kid right there. That's a fucking kid. Man, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Yo. See? That's that bullshit. Look at that bullshit.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Look at that bullshit.
Yep, that's exactly what it is, dum-dum.
She literally asking them. She literally asked them, what's their badge number? Hey, bro. So you arrested her because she asked what's your badge number?
Nope.
You arrested her because she asked what's your badge number?
Nope.
2018 Hernandez. You mad because she asked what your badge number is? Hey, wait, what the fuck are you pushing me for? What the fuck are you pushing me for?
Because you're in the way.
What the fuck is he pushing me for? Dude, I want assault on his ass.
Too bad.
I want assault on his ass. Hey, I'm pressing charges.
Good luck.
On him. He just fucking touched me. I'm pressing charges on him.
With what lawyer?
I'm pressing charges on him. I want charges pressed on him. I want fucking charges pressed on him. I want charges pressed on him. I want charges pressed on you, dude. What's your badge number? I want charges pressed on him.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you want charges pressed on him. That's a kid. What are you doing? Why are you doing that? That's not right. No, I don't care. Look, that's a kid. Kid shouldn't be there. Number one, that wasn't a kid. We saw who was getting arrested. It wasn't a kid. But if it was a kid, kid shouldn't be there. Where's mom and dad? Number one. Number two, you don't get to question the police during an arrest what they're arresting somebody for. You're not getting arrested. You want to push the game? You want to push your luck? Then you can be arrested next. Number three, I want charges pressed on him. Who are you saying that to? It's not like that's the same kind of person that thinks that if you say I declare bankruptcy, then all of a sudden all your debt goes away. That's the ignorance right there. That's the youth right there. That's people who grew up in this indoctrinated world that give me everything. I deserve everything. No consequences for my actions. I get to do whatever I want, especially because I'm not a white male. Wrong. She is getting arrested. You're not going to press charges, and I would love to see you get a lawyer and press charges against somebody for doing what? Pushing you out of the way because you were standing in their way of trying to arrest somebody? All of that makes me smile. All of that makes me happy. And for all those people that are putting thumbs down on this video, and all those people who will watch this and agree with the guy that was going, you can't do that, and even to the guy who's like, I want charges pressed, let me give you a little bit of advice here real quick.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Get a job, become a productive member of society, get an education so that you can get a clue so that you can get right with God. And stop acting like a petulant little child that's taking his ball and going home. Oh, I blame that on the parents. I really do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got an update on New Hampshire SB 43 to do the full forensic audit here in New Hampshire. We talked about it earlier. It was going finally for the final vote to the Senate today. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, they voted again 24-0. 24-0. Bipartisan as all get out, setting the bar for the rest of the country, being the first to probably get to the bottom of the problems with Dominion. Because once we figure out all of the problems that happened in that one little area, we can go and we can do a forensic audit of 85% of the rest of the state that uses Dominion. And then we can do it in Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and everywhere else. It finally passed. It's on to the Governor Sununu to sign. And I can promise you, I'm going to be lighting Governor Sununu's office up right here in New Hampshire. And I encourage you to all do the same thing and sign the bill. It had bipartisanship in the House. It had bipartisanship in the Senate. It had bipartisanship in the Election Board Committee. It had bipartisanship in the town. It had bipartisanship in the county. New Hampshireites do not want fake ballots. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. We want honesty. It's live free or die here. And if you have a machine that doesn't allow you to live free and have free and fair elections, then we don't want it. So shout out to the 603. Shout out to the Granite State, the live free or die New Hampshireites who came together and passed that bill. And it's on to Governor Sununu to do the rest. I want to also tell you that West Virginia Attorney General immediately came out after Resident Corn Pop's Rose Garden debacle and said that he will sue the Biden residency over any gun control policies that he plans to ram through without the congressional approval by executive order. It's not his job to do that. It's not his right to do that. And you are trampling on our Second Amendment rights again. So shout out to West Virginia, and shout out to Joe Manchin too for holding still on the filibuster, and Kyrsten Sinema. Who would have ever thought, ladies and gentlemen, that the Lord works in such mysterious ways that the future of our country actually sets on the shoulders of Democrat Joe Manchin and Democrat Kyrsten Sinema. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing that the future of our country relies on two Democrats? But that's God. Who would have ever thought, if you would have asked somebody 2 years ago, would the future of this country rely on two Democrats? And if so, do you think that they would pull through for what's right for the country? You would have said, no way. No way. But yet, here we are. So big shout out to people in West Virginia, the Attorney General, and Joe Manchin. Now, I told you that the world is coming after Christianity. They're coming after Christianity, and they've always persecuted the Jews. But Christianity is big time on the chopping block. They have got it in their targets. They're trying to shut down churches. They're trying to shut down worship. And they're doing it in Canada. So you remember the pastor that was jailed in Alberta, Canada from Grace Life Church? Well, the good news was a week ago he got out. And I'm trying to get him on the show. I haven't been successful doing that yet, but I did get in contact with his mother, so hopefully it can work out to where he can come on the show. But now, Grace Life Church has decided they are not going to shut their doors due to coronavirus regulations and rules, because up in Canada, just like here, they have a right to practice religion, and they are not about to let a virus with a 99% whatever survival rate to stop them from, worshiping God. So what does Canada do? The Alberta law enforcement, they put a double fence, just like the one at the Capitol building, around the entire property of Grace Life Church. A double fence so that worshipers could not get in and worship. Now, what's to stop real Christians from standing on the outside of that fence and doing it anyway? How dumb and how stupid must these people be? Must these law enforcement agencies be in Canada to do this? Because the world is looking at you. God is definitely looking at you, and you think you're going to win? So I'm going to show you pictures and video from Grace Life Church of this double fence that they put up in another attempt to destroy Christianity. They couldn't destroy Jesus. They couldn't keep him down. He rose on the third day. They couldn't destroy Christianity by killing most of his disciples. They couldn't destroy Christianity by trying to wipe out the Bible decade after decade, century after century. And they will never, ever destroy Christianity. And if you don't believe me, just ask everybody in the world what year it is. Because I think everybody in the world goes by the same year. That must mean Christianity's never going to die, because he was that important. But anyway, let's move on. I'll show you the video. I will show you the pictures. Here we go. Canadian government erects double double-layer fence around Grace Life Church blocks the street to church over coronavirus. So there's a nice picture right there showing you the double fence. Authorities erected a double-layer fence around Grace Life Church in Canada, Alberta, Canada. The fence was set up after church refused to shut its doors due to coronavirus. So, here's the video.
They decided to close the church down. Now, there is one key takeaway you guys need to pay attention to. When they say on that line, GLC has decided not to follow these mandatory restrictions, nor have they attempted to work with AHS to reduce the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Now, you have to understand, the church issued prior to all of this happening a report stating that no one in the church during that whole period of time from July 10th to April 2021 has contracted COVID-19 or had any health issues related to COVID-19. They only had one person that died in the church. That person died because of the lockdown restrictions that the Alberta authorities imposed on the people. That person was a cancer patient and they could not get, because of those lockdowns, to their chemotherapy session. So to me, it seems very hypocritical that they would say that the church never worked with them to reduce transmission, when the church in fact stated that none of their congregants actually had an issue related to COVID. So first, they jailed Pastor James Coates for 34 days. Second, they fined him $1,500 after serving 34 days. They intimidated the congregation for weeks. And now this. Whatever utopian reality dream Canadians had of freedom, they should definitely start to kiss it goodbye. And I believe that America is next in line. And it doesn't really matter if your health restrictions really make sense, right? Well, as long as we do what we tell you to do based on the authority that we have, independently from the right you have to assemble and worship and do whatever you have to do under constitutional Canadian law. So I guess this is all out the window. So what we have to do right now is continue to pray for Pastor James Coates and continue to pray for Grace Life Church. The authorities may have closed down and shut down the building, but they have not closed the church. In the end, the light will always win. Well,
bam, the light will always win. I'm going to see it. Here's a picture. This is a overview picture, an overhead picture. The entire, right here, the entire parking lot area around the church is where the fence is. They've gated it all off, and they've shut down the road. Okay? But like that guy said, you're not going to win. The light will always vanquish the darkness. It's coming to America next. Be ready to see a war on Christianity over the next 3 or 4 years like you've never seen before. And this is all at the direction of the CCP and the left working globally with the CCP to eradicate Christianity because they know it's the only thing that can beat them. China Joe, the people who instituted the CCPV all over the world, the people who destroyed everything and did cheating with the mail-in ballots and everything else, all of them know that the only force that can beat them at this point is a complete rising up of the people, which they know is probably not going to happen because people are so scared these days, or God himself. And God will destroy them. And God will declare himself the victor, because we are not victims, we are victors, 100%. And I don't even worry about any of this. I don't worry about any of this. I think we should know it. I think that the information is good, but I don't worry about this at all. Why? Because I wear the armor of God, baby. Because I wear the armor of God. And you can too if you go to my store and buy an armor of God shirt. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to monetize that. But I'm serious. I'm not worried about it one bit. We got God's promise to destroy evil just like he did 2,021 years ago. And we'll do it again every single time they come at us. You want to come at us? Come at me, bro. I got God. Who do you got? That's not today, Satan. Not today. Anyway, folks, God bless you all. Thank you so very much. I want to see this hat right here. You guys have been looking for this hat. I just ordered 100 from Angel herself, small business, small American business. I just ordered 100 of these hats, flat brim and curved, and I ordered the glasses. They'll be on the store this month, like I promised. Next comes the Never Bet Against Trump hats. And guys, then after that, we're going to have Armor of God hats to match the Armor of God shirts. We got so much stuff coming to the store, and I just can't wait for you guys all to see it. And you already know that 10% of everything you buy on the store goes to Family Farm. So please, check out the store. We got a big and tall section now too, and sign up for that newsletter so that we can always stay in contact no matter what. Even though by the end of this month I will be on 15 different platforms. Distribution, baby. You ain't never gonna get rid of God's word, ever, ever, or the truth, or me for that matter. You know, the cartoon hip hop patriot. So God bless you guys all. Consider becoming a monthly donor. You do get perks for that. Thank you so much. This is going to end the show for today. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. for more Live from America. Remember, there are right ways, there are wrong ways, but there's only one Yahweh. So stand up tall, keep your shoulders back, keep your chest out, keep your head up high to Yahweh, because you are a child of God, and no weapon formed against you will ever, ever prosper. God bless you. Have a wonderful night with your families. Please, 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 please share this video. Now that Facebook looks like it's working again, let's flood them with some Jeremy Herrell. How about that? And some Live from America. All right? We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. for more Live from America. Have a great night, folks. See you later.
Rebirth of America. Been a long time coming, and we all learned something that we won't ever give it up. No way. Long as I'm bleeding, I'ma never stop screaming that we first in America. Black, white, brown, all cities, all towns, the rebirth